There exists a peculiar American tendency to flatten our heroes, to render them static figures frozen in time. But the man we remember simply as Malcolm X contained multitudes, and his life was nothing if not a testament to the human capacity to transform. Perhaps this is why the power structure found him so threatening. He embodied the possibility of change when so many insisted that nothing could or would ever change. Malcolm entered this world in Omaha, Nebraska, but his family couldn't remain there long. The consistent violent racial hatred forced them to seek refuge in Lansing, Michigan. Life dealt the little family a series of devastating blows, beginning with his father's suspicious death beneath the wheels of a streetcar. Before the full weight of tragedy could descend upon them, while Louise was still struggling to hold the family together as a single mother, young Malcolm expressed to her a yearning to grow something of his own. Louise, perhaps sensing how critical this connection to the earth might become, gave him a plot of land to tend. This gift would prove insightful as she later suffered a psychological collapse under the crushing weight of poverty and isolation, a collapse that ended with her institutionalization. Both tragedies bore the unmistakable fingerprint of racism and white supremacy. Yet amid this unraveling of family bonds, Malcolm found an unexpected anchor in the small plot of soil. What we often miss in our tellings of Malcolm is the ordinary dignity of his early work. In Boston, he taught others to dance at the State Ballroom. His body articulating joy before his voice would articulate resistance. One imagines his attentiveness as an instructor, his patience with those learning the Lindy Hop, qualities that would serve him well in different contexts later. He carried luggage as a porter, served food in dining cars and restaurants, worked in automobile factories. These were not just footnotes in his biography, but his education. He was learning America from the ground up, seeing how Black folks were treated in every setting, filing away experiences that would later fuel his understanding of systemic racism in America. The distance between these jobs and his imprisonment wasn't great. America has always criminalized Black survival when it occurs outside prescribed boundaries, but prison became his monastery. While America intended punishment, Malcolm fashioned education. He devoured books, copied a dictionary word by word in his cell, and emerged not broken but illuminated. It was during this incarceration that Malcolm encountered the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and joined the Nation of Islam, finding in its discipline and philosophy a framework for understanding the America that had confined him. As Minister Malcolm X of the Nation of Islam, he spoke with a clarity that frightened white America and resonated with Black folks who recognized their experiences in his words. Unlike many leaders of the time, he did not seek reconciliation with a system he recognized as fundamentally corrupt. He did not dream of integration into America as it was. Quote, "I don't see any American dream," end quote, he would say, with that smile that was no smile at all. Quote, "I see an American nightmare," end quote. His brilliance attracted followers and surveillance in equal measure. The FBI files on Malcolm grew thick with the paranoid attentions of a government that has always feared Black self-determination more than it feared injustice. They followed him, recorded him, infiltrated his organizations, all familiar choreography of state repression that continues to this day. What makes Malcolm remarkable, even among remarkable men, was his refusal to calcify. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1964 opened in him new chambers of possibilities. Seeing Muslims of all colors worshiping together didn't erase his understanding of American racism, but complicated his vision of potential futures. He returned as El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, still unflinching in his critique, but broader in his conception of alliance. Those final months of his life hint at what might have been. He was building the organization of Afro-American unity, developing an internationalist perspective that connected Black American struggles with liberation movements worldwide. He was also reaching across philosophy divides, building relationships with other Black American leaders, including Martin Luther King Jr., suggesting the possibility of powerful coalitions that never had the chance to fully form. He was evolving, yet again, when bullets took him at the Audubon Ballroom in February 1965. To speak truthfully of Malcolm X is to recognize that we lost not just a man, but a mind in motion, a spirit that refused static. From the garden in Lansing to the halls of the United Nations, he moved always forward, always with purpose. America prefers its heroes safely dead and simplified, but Malcolm's legacy resists simplification. The seed that was Malcolm Little grew through harsh soil, stretching towards a sun that society often tried to deny him. And like any gardener, he understood that growth requires both light and darkness, that transformation happens in the depths before it becomes visible to the world. That boy that tended vegetable gardens in his mother's plot of land grew into a man who helped his people recognize their own beauty and power.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are Black people in America.